Welcome to Principles of Management. This lecture is going to be covering Chapter 1, Management. The learning outcomes include describe what management is, explain the 4 functions of management, describe the different kinds of managers, explain the major roles and sub-roles that managers perform in their jobs, assess managerial potential based on what companies look for in managers, recognize the top mistakes that managers make in their jobs, describe the transition that employees go through when they are promoted to management, and explain how and why companies can create competitive advantage through people. Good management is the basics to starting a business, growing a business, and maintaining a business after it has achieved some measure of success. Efficiency is getting work done with minimal effort, expense, or waste. Effectiveness is accomplishing tasks that will help fulfill organizational objectives. Should your organization emphasize on efficiency or effectiveness? Management is key to any organization's success. According to Henry Fayol, managing director CEO of the large steel company in the early 1900s, managers need to perform 5 managerial functions in order to be successful: planning, organizing, coordinating, commanding, and controlling. Most management textbooks today have updated this list by dropping the coordinating function and referring to Fayol's commanding function as leading. Today, Fayol's management functions are known as planning, organizing, leading, and controlling. Planning is determining organizational goals and means for achieving them. Organizing is deciding where decisions will be made, who will do what jobs and tasks, and who will work for whom. Leading is inspiring and motivating workers to work hard to achieve organizational goals. Controlling is monitoring progress towards goal achievement and taking corrective actions when needed. There are 4 kinds of managers: top managers, middle managers, first-line managers, and team managers. Each has a different job and responsibilities. Your top manager holds positions such as Chief Executive Officer or CEO, Chief Operating Officer, COO, Chief Financial Officer, CFO, and Chief Information Officer, CIO. Top managers have several major responsibilities: creating a context for change, developing employees' commitment to and ownership of the company's performance, creating a positive organizational culture through language and actions, and monitoring their business environments. Middle managers hold positions such as plant manager, regional manager, or divisional manager. Responsibilities include setting objectives consistent with the top management's goals, planning and allocating resources to meet objectives, monitoring and managing the performance of the subunits and individual managers who report to them, and implementing the changes or strategies generated by the top managers. The first-line managers hold positions such as office manager, shift supervisor, and department manager. Their primary responsibility is managing the performance of entry-level employees who are directly responsible for producing a company's goods and services. Additional responsibilities include teaching entry-level employees how to do their jobs, making detailed schedules and operating plans based on middle management's intermediate range plans, and looking 7 to 10 days ahead for hiring needs. Your team leaders are primarily responsible for facilitating team activities towards accomplishing a goal. Additional responsibilities include fostering civil behavior and managing external relationships. There are types of managerial roles, which include interpersonal, informational, and decisional. Each has their own sub-roles. Interpersonal roles, management jobs are people-intensive. Interpersonal roles include 3 sub-roles: Figurehead role, which performs ceremonial duties such as greeting company visitors. Leader roles motivates and encourages workers to accomplish organizational objectives. And liaison roles, which deals with people outside their units. Management roles are information intensive. Informational roles include 3 sub-roles. The monitor role, which scans the environment for information, actively contacts others for information, and receives a great deal of unsolicited information. The disseminator role shares collective information with subordinates and others within the company. The spokesperson role shares information with people outside the departments or the company. Information is important because it helps managers make good decisions. Decisional roles include the entrepreneur role, which adapts managers, their subordinates, and their units to change. The disturbance handler role, which responds to pressure and problems so severe that they demand immediate attention and action. The resource allocator role decides who will get what resources and how many resources they will get. And the negotiator role, which negotiates schedules, projects, goals, outcomes, resources, and employee raises. Technical skills are specialized procedures, techniques, and knowledge required to get the job done. Human skills are summarized as the ability to work well with others. Conceptual skills include several abilities. They see the organization as a whole, they understand how different parts of the company affect each other, and they recognize how the company fits into or is affected by its external environment, such as the local community, social and economic forces, customers, and the competition. Motivation to manage is an assessment of how motivated employees are. How they interact with superiors, how they participate in competitive situations, how they behave assertively towards others, how they tell others what to do, how they reward good behavior and punish poor behavior, how they perform actions that are highly visible to others, and how they handle and organize administrative tasks. These are some of the top 10 mistakes managers make. It includes being aloof, arrogant, betraying an employee's trust, playing politics within the organization, unable to staff efficiency, unable to think strategically. Harvard Business School professor, author Linda Hill followed the development of 19 people in their first year as managers. Initially, the managers believed their job was to be the boss, tell others what to do, make decisions, and get things done. They were attracted to management positions because they wanted to be in charge. They did not believe their job was to manage people. After 6 months, most had concluded that their initial expectations about a managerial work were wrong. They underestimated the fast pace and heavy workload involved. Managers' expectations were very different from the subordinates' expectations. After a year on the job, most thought of themselves as managers and no longer as doers. The managers realized that people management was the most important part of their job. Some management practices to gain competitive advantage through people include employment security. It is the ultimate form of commitment companies can make to their workers. Employees can innovate and increase company productivity without fear of losing their job. Selective hiring. If employees are the basis for the company's competitive advantage, and those employees have employment security, then the company needs to aggressively recruit and selectively screen applicants in order to hire the most talented employees available. Self-managed teams and decentralization. Self-managed teams are responsible for their own hiring, purchasing, job assignments, and production, and often produce enormous increases in productivity through increased employee commitment and creativity. Decentralization allows employees closest to and most knowledgeable about the problems, productions, and customers to make timely decisions. High wages contingent on organizational performances. High wages are needed to attract and retain talented workers and to indicate that the organization values its workers. Employees, like company founders, shareholders, and managers who have financial stake in the companies, are more likely to take a long-run view of the business and think like the business owners. Training and skill development. Like high-tech company that spends millions of dollars to upgrade computers or research and development labs, a company's competitive advantage is based on its people, must invest in the training and skill development of its people. Reduction of status differences. A company should treat everyone, no matter what their job, as equal. The result is improved communication as employees focus on problems and solutions rather than on how they are less valued than managers. Sharing information. If employees are to make decisions that are good for the long-term well-being of the company, the information about cost, finances, productivity, development times, and strategies that were previously known only by company managers. Companies can't succeed without good people and good management. Management styles separates top-performing companies from competitors. Organizations have developed smarter, better trained, and more motivated workforces through innovative ideas such as employment security, selective hiring, self-management teams, and among others. Companies that invest in their people will create long-lasting competitive advantages that are difficult for other companies to duplicate. Sound management practices can produce substantial advantages in four criterial areas of organizational performance: sales revenue, profits, stock market returns, and customer satisfaction. Thank you so much for taking the time to listen to this lecture. If you have any questions, do not hesitate to reach out to me. Thank you.